What's up, Misfits? Welcome back to the channel for another Cyberpunk 2077 video. I've got 33 hours of gameplay in, I've beaten the main storyline, and today's video is all the things I wish I knew or understood on my journey to becoming legendary in Night City. Let's jump into it. Let's start with the main storyline of Cyberpunk 2077. First off, no spoilers here. Anything I share will be contextual and not give any hints about what the future holds. Don't you worry. Throughout your journey in Cyberpunk, you'll meet a variety of characters and have the opportunity to pursue side quests and explore the various sides of Night City. What I didn't fully understand was how much these storylines could potentially influence how the main story of Cyberpunk concludes. After finishing the game, I was very curious as to what the ending experience would have been like had I more diligently pursued some of the other available storylines in Night City. The good news is that once the credits finish rolling, you get the option to go back to your last in-world save point to clear up any unfinished business that you had. You also get the option to replay the final mission. Knowing what I do now, I would have spent more time pursuing alternate storylines in Cyberpunk to give me the ability to really experience the final mission in as many different ways as possible. Also, from a level perspective, to give you some context on the end of the game, I've progressed my street cred to level 50 and it hasn't gone up from there. The highest level cap item I've come across is level 39. So if you're sub-level 35, feel free to just spend some more time knocking out those side missions or following up on stories that really interested you in Night City before jumping into the end of the game. Next up, let's talk about level locking for a minute. Cyberpunk 2077 isn't like your normal RPG leveling system, where you just need some experience and everything is based off your character's power level. In Cyberpunk, you'll need to be concerned with 7 different power levels. 1 for your character, 1 for your street cred, and the rest for your attributes. You see, missions are locked behind your street cred and character level. You'll notice a pop-up message in the center of your screen when your street cred level increases, and it reveals new missions that are available because of the rank increase. As with traditional RPGs, you're going to notice that the loot pool and NPC difficulty improves as you rank up more and more. Keep this in mind when you're thinking about money. Now, while you're on these more difficult missions, searching for better loot, you'll come across environmental elements locked behind power level. Want to get into that room? You'll need a certain level of body to rip the doors open, or a certain technical ability to be able to hack them. I know what you're thinking, this guy's crazy. Hacking perks are located under the intelligence ability. And they are, when you're talking about hacking people. Welcome to Cyberpunk 2077. Let's say you've leveled up your body ability, and you rip the door from its hinges to grab that legendary loot hidden inside. Gear, mods, guns, cyberware, essentially anything you can use in Cyberpunk has its own list of level requirements. I've ran into cybernetic enhancements that required level 14 intelligence and body. I found legendary armor that needed level 30 plus street cred. I even found a skirt that needed my character to be level 39 before I could toss it on. Oh, and on top of all that, you'll need to level certain perks to be able to do things like craft legendary gear. On the surface, this doesn't seem like a big deal. Here's the reality though. You'll either need to commit to grinding through all the missions, side quests, pop-up criminal events to level your character, have access to the full spectrum of opportunity that Cyberpunk provides, or you'll need to get comfortable with the reality that you'll have to sacrifice some abilities or options for another playthrough on a later date. You've got 60 hours or more worth of gameplay if you're trying to max out your character, and truthfully, I'm not sure it's still possible even then. Look, life will be easier if you just plan on having multiple characters with multiple playthroughs with multiple play styles and multiple player customizations. It won't feel like such a grind if you do it this way. Now that you've got that weighing on your conscience, let's talk about weight in Cyberpunk 2077. I'm a pack rat, and I stuff my pockets with every little piece of gear and junk I can find. That's one of the ways I make money in Night City. As I progressed to my 10th hour of gameplay, I started to feel like the number of guns I was tendering to vendors was going down. Wasn't sure what the deal was. After a few minutes of Sherlock Holmes style investigation, I realized that my pockets were full of crap. Like, literally full of useless stuff. Why would I need 37 drinks that reduce my aim and movement speed? Was this some weird form of skills-based matchmaking? My character was literally being weighed down by pounds and pounds of crap that I'd never use in my playthrough. On top of that, my klepto habits had me sitting on 150 grenades weighing 3/10 of a pound each. I promise you, I won't be throwing 150 grenades. I don't think I'll throw that many through the entire story in Cyberpunk. Who needs grenades when you've got a legendary katana? We'll have a separate video talking about blades coming soon, don't worry. Don't be shy about stopping by your apartment and depositing the stuff you want to hold on to into your stash. For me, that was iconic gear and grenades. Once I had those stored safely where I wouldn't accidentally sell them to a random vendor, it was time to unload the crap. Dump the rest of the junk including unnecessary consumables. Once I figured out the type of loadout I preferred, I got into the routine of stopping by a dump station at the end of every single mission, big or small. My preferred loadout, by the way, is a sniper rifle or a precision rifle, a silenced assault rifle, and then my legendary katana. This helped max out the eddies in my pocket and made sure I didn't suddenly become encumbered in the middle of a mission. Let's talk about money in Cyberpunk. I've got a money guide up on the channel that highlights how to earn it and what to buy, so check that out if you're looking for a more in-depth guide. In terms of what I want to highlight here is money's range in the game, so you can figure out if you're just hoarding cash unnecessarily. When it comes to what to buy, the most expensive item I've come across in the game so far was a car worth roughly $150,000. The most expensive gear or mod item I've come across so far was $100,000. I only had one mission that required a chunk of money to progress, and that was only $15,000. So if you're sitting around with 60 grand in your pocket, you should go invest in some upgrades or mods. If you've got 200 grand, then stop it. The Night City economy needs consumers. I've only come across one weapon so far that I felt like was worth purchasing, and it was the legendary katana sold by Coach Fred for $45,000. Coach Fred is located in your apartment building, by the way. Otherwise, the best thing to spend money on, in my opinion, is cyberware. And that's how we'll finish out our beginner guide, talking about cyberware. Cyberware is the most important element of guns, gear, or equipment in Cyberpunk 2077. If you can get your hands on a good cybernetic mod, it'll pay dividends throughout the rest of your time in Night City. I purchased a legendary augment that gave me 200 bonus armor, and it turned me into a bullet sponge, which meshed really well with my chosen playstyle of kamikaze. If you're working with a limited budget, you're better off, in my opinion, emptying your bank account on a good cyber enhancement versus spending it on guns or crafting upgrades. Certain enhancements I'd recommend focusing on are armor upgrades, one of the optional enhancements for your legs. Personally, I prefer double jump, and an operating system upgrade if you really enjoy the net running element of the game. I know a lot of people were pretty excited about the Mantis Blades upgrade for your arms. The only thing I'll share on that is that using a katana and Mantis arms really isn't necessary. If you want to be a sword-wielding ninja, skip the Mantis arms and get a different upgrade. If you're a gun runner that wants 3 firearms to spit bullets at your enemies, then grab the Mantis arms as your system of last resort, and preserve your 3 weapon spots. My legendary katana, which was viable all the way through the end of the game, and the epic Mantis arms are almost the exact same cost, so just go with your gut when it comes to this. I've got the goal of getting a legendary upgrade in every cyberware spot on my character to turn him into a god in Night City, but there's a ways to go to accomplish that. Just remember that cyberware gives you the best bang for your buck when it comes to spending money in Cyberpunk 2077. There you have it, guys. There's 5 things I wish I knew before jumping into Cyberpunk 2077. Overall, the game's a blast so far and definitely has replayability. If you're looking for a game you can invest hours into and still have a good time, this is the game for you. I trust the devs are going to polish out some of the bugs and graphical issues in the near future. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to catch more content on the Cyberpunk playlist. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, click that like button. If this was your first time coming by the channel, welcome and thank you for stopping by, and all my other misfits out there. Take care.